Hey, tune into this week's weekly video fishing forecast. We have our Around the Map segment. We have an open boat special. We have events from around the island and reports from our correspondents as well. And we also have a preview of our digital edition of the Fisherman magazine that just came out on Monday.
The ultimate fishing authority in the Northeast, the Fisherman magazine.
New Explore Series fish finders keep you locked on fish with unbeatable clarity, best-in-class imaging options, and a stunning ultra-bright HD screen. There's more to explore, only with Humminbird.
Today is August 21st, 2025, and as you can see outside, Hurricane Erin is hitting us, the beginning of the storm right now. Storm is going to hit us pretty good. There's going to be some high storm surges, so I advise definitely don't take your boat out. Be really careful if you decide to go down to any of the beaches. Probably shouldn't, to be honest. Probably should be home organizing tackles, stuff like that. But with that being said, this week's video fishing forecast is all about the young anglers. There was a snapper derby that took place this past weekend. Our producer, who produces our videos, Tim C. Smith, went down to it. It was a Capt snapper derby. Tim, tell us about it.
Yeah, Matt, I had a chance to get over to Capt State Park and check out the snapper and crab derby that was going on. There were kids from all over Long Island. This tournament has been going on for 37 years. Here's Brendan Ritigliano, the owner of Capt Bait and Tackle, to tell more about this great event.
So we've been doing this tournament for about 30 years now. About 15 I've been running it myself. It's for snappers and blue claw crabs. We have about 300 kids for the weekend coming by, and everybody's super excited, running up and weighing in their catch. So it's not like the old days. It's not buckets full of fish at the end of the tournament anymore. It's catch and release. We have the kids run up really fast, we weigh it, and we throw them back in the water so they can live for another day, or maybe another angler can catch them. So the prizes, we have 3 age groups. There's a 12 to 13, a 13 to 16, and the little kids 7 and under. There's 3 prizes for each, so you get a fluke rod for the first prize. The second prize is a snapper rod, the third prize is a tackle box, and all of those prizes come with a free trip on the Whitaker.
Now, don't be disappointed if you missed the Capt snapper and crab derby. There are more coming up. Now, if you want to hone your skills, today at 5:30 at Quarry Beach, they are going to have a snapper and crabbing clinic. We have more tournaments coming up for the snappers. This weekend in Lindenhurst, the 27th, at the Lindenhurst docks, we have a snapper derby there. And then on September 7th, Mount Sinai has the snapper showdown. And then on September 13th, we have the Riverhead Snapper Derby. And then on the 14th, we have the Keith Romaine Memorial Snapper Derby. So there's a lot of opportunities to get in on the snapper action and have fun at one of these derbies. Matt, back to you.
Thanks for the update, Tim. And with that being said, let's move into the digital issue preview of the week. Starting off with our surf column, we have bunker, chancy, and disruptive. The presence of bunker can disrupt historical patterns, forcing a change in approach. For our offshore column, we have pro tips for big eye, tournament-proven tactics for targeting big-eyed tuna. It's a good thing to know with bluefin now being closed. And our inshore column for the week is drifting 3-way bucktail rigs in big rips. How to properly present these 3-way bucktail rigs, all about it. Check it out and more. This summer, the Fisherman's Jenie Ackerman has been volunteering with young female anglers. The group is called the Pink Minnows. Jenny, what do you have for us?
Welcome to this week's Open Boat. Today we have a very special episode for you guys because this past summer I've been volunteering with a lot of talented young anglers, the Pink Minnows, and a lot of these girls who are literally all staring at me while I'm filming this right now. So some of them, like, they knew how to fish, some of them are beginners, but they're going to talk about what they learned this past summer, and a huge shout out to a lot of our sponsors, specifically Quantum. Emerson, come here. Come here. So Quantum was so kind enough to donate a dozen, thank you, of the Strive combos, and the girls have been fishing it the entire time. And they're gonna share what they learned with the pink minnows. And for everyone out there that wants to get into fishing, this is an excellent outlet to do so. Look for these clubs, volunteer, spend some time on the beach and just go, because all these girls can agree with me that fishing is a lot better than staying inside all day, right? Yeah! Let's go!
I learned how to fish.
How big was it?
16.5 inches.
High five.
And I didn't go far.
Go ahead.
I learned from the pink minnows how to cast and reel in. So yeah. I learned how to cast, and it was really fun learning how to cast. I learned how to fish because I never fished before, and this was a really good experience for me.
Hugs?
I really like fishing with quantum. I learned how to unhook a fish. I learned how to catch and release fish. I learned from the pink minnows that I love fluke. I love flukes.
Keep bringing it in. Oh. It's okay, keep bringing it in.
I'm having fun. Can't. It's hard. And Bob have the best teachers ever. I learned to fish and have fun. Big
The Tobay Boat Show is back now in September, the 19th through the 21st. Hundreds of boats in water and on land. From fishing boats to personal watercraft and the latest electronics, this show has it all. Free parking. For more information, visit nyboatshows.com.
Now let's take a look at our upcoming events around the island. Starting off today at 5:30 is the Corey Beach Crabbing and Snapper Fishing Clinic. Moving on is the Lindenhurst 27th Annual Snapper Derby. That's at the Lindenhurst Village Marina from 9 to 11. Check-in is at 8 a.m. Then we have the Mount Sinai Snapper Showdown on September 7th. Moving on from that is the Riverhead Snapper Derby on September 13th. September 14th is the Keith Romaine Memorial Snapper Derby. The 7th Annual Fishing Tournament and Lobster Bash will be taking place from September 26th to the 27th. And this big show, you do want to get this down your calendars right now, is the Fisherman Magazine Surf Inshore Offshore Fishing Show on October 9th from 5 p.m. For all the details on these events and more events from the Fisherman Magazine, visit thefisherman.com/events.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
Now let's get the latest from the Coastal Kayak Clash and Dreamboat Contest.
Now let's get the latest from the Dreamboat contest. We have Sam Doherty, Long Island subscriber of Amagansett, New York, with a fluke coming in at 8.6 pounds, weighing in at Montauk Anglers Club, which places him in 6th in the fluke category, keeping the leaderboard unchanged, with Rashawn Williams holding first with 17 points, Tom Luciano second place with 16 points, Jeffrey Harrison in third with 15 points. Are you the best angler in the Northeast? Well, now is your chance to prove it. The Fisherman's Dreamboat Contest is back. Win this Steigercraft center console powered by Yamaha along with these other great prizes. Fish hard and weigh in as many of these species to be top on the leaderboard. What's the catch? You must be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine. All it takes is one fish on the board to win a great prize, so however you fish, you have a shot. For all the details and official rules, visit thefisherman.com. There were no new entries in the Coastal Kayak Clash. Dustin Stevens is in first with 9 points, Rotha Nong has 6 points, and Tom Howard has 5 points. Hey kayakers, the Fisherman's Coastal Kayak Clash contest is back. Win this fully outfitted Hobie Mirage Lynx kayak from Yak Attack along with other great prizes. Catch and release as many of these species to be top on the leaderboard. To enter, you must be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine, fish from a kayak, and document your catch. Many chances to win great prizes, so get out there on the water now and fish hard. To be part of the action, you must be a subscriber and register at thefisherman.com.
And if you do participate in any of the Fisherman magazine's contests, whether it be the Coastal Kayak Clash or the Dreamboat contest, please be sure to fill out your forms completely and read the rules thoroughly. With that being said, let's get into our Around the Map segment. Starting off on the east end of the island this week, got a picture from Jake. He fished on the ebb tide. That is out of Montauk. That was this past week. He took the pool. 12-year-old Jake, nice fish. There you go. Way to get that pool money. Alan Yee, familiar name in the reports. He checks in from the Miss Montauk 2. He told me he got his limit of fluke on the trip, and he got some nice black sea bass as well, fishing by the windmills. Moving on to the South Shore, Jeff Rocco, he's been checking in regularly. He said the fluking picked up in Mauritius. He had a killer trip on his charter boat Aquilina 2. They fished on the outside, out in the ocean on the hard bottom. Said they crushed them. 4-man limit to 6.5 pounds. Bunch in that 4 to 5 pound class. He says an absolutely savage bite on the fluke. Then Jim Bloomkey, he checks in with a monster fluke from Mauritius, an 11.37 pounder. It was caught early last week. 3/8 ounce bucktail, real light stuff in Mauritius Bay. He got his limit also, but that one took the cake right there, especially on that small bucktail. Nice fish, Jim. Trophy fish right there. Joe Colarusso, he checked in as well. Said he snagged the bunker, left it in for a while. Bunker got hit about 30 seconds later. First hit was a small shark. Then he ended up with this cobia right off Fire Island. Nice cobia. So he's about a half a mile off the beach. Nice job, Joe. A lot of people are looking for these cobia. I know I've been looking for them myself, but way to get one. I want to check in myself. I have a nice report for you guys. I did some fishing over the weekend. Started off in the Jones Inlet area. We fished the pods, tried to get a cobia, had a bunch of brown sharks caught and released. They do put up a nice fight, but again, you have to unhook these sharks, get them right back in the water as soon as you catch them. Caught a couple mahi off the back of the oil tankers out in the shipping lane. That was pretty cool. Shot back over to Fire Island, fished a reef for fluke. Really good fluke bite on the reef. We had probably 30, 40 shorts, a couple keepers in the mix. The fish seemed to like the gulp 5-inch grubs, pink shine, high or low rig. That was out fishing the peanut bunker actually. They weren't really committing to the peanut bunker as well as they were the gulp. But if you fished around the rubble piles, the structure, ton of fish around there. Again, had some keepers, a lot of fish to weed through, a lot of shorts. And again, it seemed that the gulp had the edge over the peanut bunker. So keep that in mind as well. We actually got out again another day, went out for cobia again, hit the reef first. Again, same results, 40, 50 short fluke, couple of keepers in the mix. Came back off the reef a little, found some bunker pods, and found some hammerhead sharks on the bunker pods. We were going for cobia again, of course, but we found some hammerheads up to about 7 feet I had two. One was about 4 feet, one was about 7 feet, not that far off the beach. Great fight on some light tackle setups, but no cobia. We think we saw one at the end, but hammerhead sharks put up some great fights. All in all, a good trip. Moving on to the west end of the island, we have Anthony Capilouto and Brian Oxer. They weighed in a 44.5-pound cobia caught on a live bunker, South Shore, Long Island, of course, just out of Deb's Inlet. It was their first one ever landed. Nice job, guys, on that fish. Beautiful, beautiful cobia. That's what we're all looking for. Moving on, 9-year-old William Walters. Pretty cool catch. Strange catch of the week right here. He caught a remora in Emney Creek Bridge. That is over by the Meadowbrook. Pretty cool thing. These fish always hang out around sharks, stuff like that. They latch on to fish. But the catch went on the rod and reel. I haven't heard of that in a while. Nice job, 9-year-old William, on the odd catch of the week. And if you do have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com. I'll try and get into the weekly video fishing forecast or the magazine.
At the edge of Long Island, where the ocean meets tradition, Montauk Anglers Club can be your boat's home and your gateway to legendary fishing. Whether you're a pro or just casting your first line, this is where memories are made. Join Montauk Anglers Club, where the catch of the day is just the beginning. Or go to montaukanglersclub.com for more information.
Our meteorologist, Rich Von Ohlen, he has a weather report for you, which you're really going to have to tune into this week, considering we have the storm going on. Fishing report as well, and it's all brought to you by Premium Bucktails. Rich.
Hey, thanks, Matt. We'll check that weekend weather forecast. You can always check your favorite apps, weather tools, weather sites, whatever you got. This is a general heads-up, general overview on the upcoming weekend. So before Hurricane Erin made its move up the East Coast, there was a terrific fluke bite south of Long Beach there. My buddy Brandon had a nice fluke there, 28 inches, along with many other nice keepers there south in the ocean. So some nice fish were coming up before the heave, before the blow. Unfortunately, this time of the year, this tends to happen. You get a tropical system and things kind of shut down. We'll see if that's the case going into the next several days. There were also still some sand tigers in the mix as bycatch being caught with all those really nice flukes. So we'll see what happens going forward. But water temps in the ocean still holding in the 70s. The map on Friday, Erin moves away. A little notch there where the wind may drop out a bit, but you're still going to have that heave, those big swells. It's going to take a while for the ocean to settle down. But, there'll also be a south-southeast, southwest breeze also on Saturday, Sunday, starts to chop things up a little bit. So it's not an ideal weekend to be doing some ocean fishing. Maybe the bay, the sound, the east end, eastern gut should be okay. You got some swells there, though, 3 to 5s, 4 to 8s in the ocean. Slow improvement on Sunday, but also a chop developing in the afternoon. You got high temps, 70s and 80s, both Saturday and Sunday, so at least it's not too hot. One of my go-to sites, the Wind Guru Surface Guidance. You can kind of see in red there, we've still got a lot of swells and pretty big waves and meters there throughout Friday, so maybe not a good day to be out in the ocean. Maybe the bay can get away with, but Saturday, maybe a little bit of a better day, west-southwest, maybe fishable, but the ocean still has some of those long wave swells, so watch the inlets too. And then the wind starts to crank Saturday afternoon, Saturday night going into Sunday, more of a southeast breeze. And again, maybe another bay day coming up. So it's really not ideal. Got to be safe, got to be careful anytime you have these hurricanes move away. So Friday, be careful out there. Still a little bit dicey. Saturday, Sunday, iffy. The west-southwest going southeast on Sunday. Again, better days to come, I think, going into next week. Things will start to settle down. You can check my forecast, Weather Express. Check it out on Facebook and YouTube. So again, best advice, let things settle. Let things kind of get back to where they were. I think by next week, middle of next week, it should be much more fishable for both the bay and the oceans. Have a great weekend. Be safe if you do go out. Catch them up. Matt, back to you.
In the famed waters of Panama awaits a fishing experience like no other. Tropic Star Lodge welcomes anglers to get in on world-famous fishing action. Plan your perfect trip today. Tropic Star Lodge, the ultimate in fishing adventures for more than 60 years.
And now let's move on to our correspondents from all corners of the island. And remember, if you want to skip to a certain correspondent, check out the chapters feature on YouTube to do so.
Thank you, Matt. Well, greetings, everybody from Montauk. Just a quick report, kind of running around. Obviously, Hurricane Erin is coming, so we got some big swell on. It's probably going to shut down the fishing for the weekend. If you're considering going out, you probably want to double check that because there's going to be a big swell on. Most likely the swell is just going to mess up the fishing anyway, so probably a good weekend to get some stuff done around the house. But other than that, up until this storm, fishing's been pretty good. I had a good tuna trip, local tuna trip to Montauk. Did 3 tuna on some epoxy hoagie jigs. Also did a bunch of small mahi-mahi on the fly. The offshore bites kind of hit or miss. Still some decent yellowfins out there, some big eyes being caught. Inshore, fluke, sea bass still going strong. Tons of porgies. Striped bass fishing's moved more to the east into the cooler, deeper water. And that's basically the report. So like I said before, be safe this weekend if you do decide to venture out. And hopefully I'll have a better report next week. It should clean up by Sunday and get fishable again, hopefully Sunday or Monday. All right, everybody. See you again.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Obviously, with the swell from Hurricane Erin, not a whole lot of fishing going on. Prior to the swell, the fluke bite was still going pretty good. The tuna last weekend, from what I heard, were a bit spread out, but some people did get into them. Conditions were pretty choppy, which is kind of like nothing compared to what's going on out there right now. So, it'd be interesting to see the structure on the beach, what that's going to do for the upcoming fall run, and when we start to see some bass off the beach. So, keep an eye out for what that might hold. And, once the swell kind of dissipates towards the end of the weekend, fluke should be right back at it, along with a lot of the sea bass and other critters on the wrecks and the reefs in the area. So be safe out there. It's really cool to see the ocean, but I saw a few people got a little too close trying to get some videos and stuff, and these waves are no joke and how far up the beach they're coming. So just be aware of that, be safe, and have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week. Back to you, Matt.
Hello, Matt. Here we are. We are in for a big storm this week. As you can see, look at the waves back here. A lot of the beaches are already closed. I'm easy 200 yards from the water, from the surf, but look where the water's showing up. So this, for the next few days, it's going to be a lot of rough surf out there. That's the good thing, is it's going to start sparking the fall run. We already have hints of a lot of baits starting to show up in the inlets. Fish are starting to come onto the shore as far as the surf goes, and they're perfect. This is the perfect time for fly rotting. I love it. Now, if you want to still get out, we're not going to get hit with the hurricane, so we're not going to get the rain. Even though we have a cold front that came through, we're not going to get hit with the rain. But think beyond trout. Think beyond saltwater. Go smallmouth bass fishing. Go for bluegills and bass. There are so many opportunities. In fact, my friend Alan, he went up, he floated the Housatonic. He took a guide out of the Housatonic. They floated down areas you can't really get to if you don't float. So he did very well. They had bass, they had a lot of bluegills, and they had smallmouth and largemouth. He said it was a marvelous time. Now, my other friend, Tom, he also went to the Housatonic, but he went to a different area where he actually had to hike in. You feel like you're in Montana. And he had many, many smallmouth, and he said one that was pushing 17 inches. That's a good fish. There are so many opportunities here on Long Island. Personally, I love to get out. I'm going to try to get out while I'm here. I'm going to be doing a lot of series on fishing on Long Island. So until next week, tie lines, everybody.
We got fishing, but not what you may expect. The blowfish bite at the Lindenhurst Marina is unbelievable. Come on down, bring your kids down to the Lindenhurst Marina. It's free parking before 6 p.m. Come down here. Small little hook, you don't have them come into the All Pro shop. A little clam, bing, bang, boom. What a pisser. So much fun. They're pulling them up left over right. You just got to drop straight down. Really cool. The other great bite we all know about is the fluke bite. Maybe one of the best fluke seasons we've had in multiple years. I mean, just really good quality fish. A lot of shorts, but when the big fatty patties hit, they are big and they're healthy. And yes, most of them right now are out on the reefs. The McAllister, the AB, the Hempstead, even you get some at the Fire Island. There's a few spots where all those ships are stacked up. There's some craters in there. You might want to drift that. It works. They're there. But for this week, it looks like the ocean bite is not going to happen due to that incoming storm. The waves, the sea conditions are not going to be all that favorable. So work inside. Yes, there's going to be a breeze here and there. A wind's going to get up, so you got to pick your tides and look which way the wind's coming. But there's always a place to fish around the bridges, around debris. You're going to find these fatty patties. We have had so much success over at the Loop Parkway, the north side of the bridge, on the outgoing tide. Doesn't matter if it's the first outgoing, the second outgoing of the day, just the outgoing tide, that area there, tons of fun. Are you going to get a bunch of keepers? Probably not, but we always pick up one or two. Here's another thing that's of interest. I ran a charter on 2 days ago. I don't know what 2 days ago was, because when you work 7 days a week, it's all the same thing. But I know it was 2 days ago. Ran a charter 2 days ago. We were drifting the inside of Jones Beach Inlet along the rocks. We were picking up keeper sea bass there, okay, on spearing. Another good bite, surprised me. We were looking for fluke, and we were pulling up sea bass. So that was pretty cool. So fish the inside, have some fun. Don't let a little wind, deter you, and have a great time. Captain V, tight lines.
Thanks, Matt. What's up, everybody? Captain Gaige here reporting to you from the studio because it's raining on my boat. Some of you know me as the host of Bay Rats and Buoys, the boating and fishing podcast that has taken off here on Long Island. Thanks to all our great fans and sponsors. We love you guys. And guys, in our area, I've been fishing out of Huntington Harbor all season. We've had an amazing year here on the North Shore. In fact, the big bass are still here. Teddy had his spot ripped in half the other morning by a gator bluefish. So the gator blues are here. Every bottom fishing trip that we've gone out on a charter, we've been catching cocktail blues for all the kids as well. So that's been a ton of fun in the mix. Every trip's been great. If you want to hit us up, visit sandcitycharter.com. Me and Corey will be happy to get you out there. We do have some high winds coming our way, so stay tuned in. Keep an eye on that. There are some small craft advisories, but there are also windows to get out, like late Friday afternoon. I believe there's a good window to get out. We do have a charter, and we will be out there. So, guys, if you want to get out and catch some fish, visit sandcitycharter.com. Tune in to Bay Rats and Buoys, the boating and fishing podcast, every Thursday at 6 p.m. Wishing everybody bent rods, tight lines, and I'll see you out on the water. Back to you, Matt.
Hey, guys, thanks for having us. Another great week of fishing. Let's start with the offshore. The bluefin tuna fishing still remains hot. Obviously, a little downturn in participation as we lost the harvest. Very important to try to get that back, guys. Contact NOAA, ASMFC. Those are the two big players in my regards that really need to feel the pressure. The bluefin quota is dictated by a commercial foreign entity in Madrid, Spain. Take a look at that, guys. Look at ICAT and understand what we're talking about here. As far as the offshore canyon, big guys are still around, plenty of them, guys. The divers, as far as a jig bite developed for them too. You could troll them up on the bars. The sterling bars have been red hot for them, guys. So ballyhoo, of course, and yellowfin, plenty of yellowfin out there. Some of the near shore, some of those jig and pop bites are happening. Inshore here in the western end of the sound, striped bass fishing still remains very good. If you could get your hands on live bait like live spots, it's been excellent, guys. Some of the guys going out early morning and getting them on the artificials. Porgy fishing and croaker fishing remains decent. Those are the things you want to keep, those croakers for live bait. The fluke fishing has tapered off a little bit with a lot of shorts. Not too many keepers in the mix, guys. Bluefish are around. The Bluefish tournament is this weekend, guys. So come get loaded up. We're going to be hoping the whole weekend. Normal hours are at 7 to 7. Probably some extended hours on Friday and Saturday night. Come check us out, guys. Open every day at Tyalure.com.
Hello, Fisherman readers. This is Robert from Long Island Outdoorsman giving you this week's fishing report. Starting with the inshore, fluke bite still remains pretty strong. Lots of snappers at the dock sides if you want to do something with the kids. Crabbing remains good as well. As far as outside in the ocean, again, find some live bait. Good chance to run into some cobia. Seems to be the theme of the summer. About 60 feet of water, you can find those alewives or those threadfin herrings, as they've been colloquially called. Bunker as well. Okay, live line some bunker, may get a cobia. Mostly sharks, but if you get the right school, you can get on some cobias. Yellowfin tuna seems to be a pretty good run of those right now. Bluefin is closed, so guys, if you're looking to run offshore, keep an eye on the regulations as they do change. Last week you did not get a report from me because I was upstate at Cayuga Lake with my family. So I'm going to interlude over to my report that I did while I was upstate and intermix some of the pictures of some of the rainbow trout that we caught, as well as the lake trout. This is Robert Greco Jr. and Sr. We're here on giving you this week's fishing report. This week we're actually away on a family vacation. We're up on Cayuga Lake, and right now we are trolling for lake trout and rainbow trout and salmon, Atlantic salmon, whatever comes around. You can see we got our trolling rods out, and we're doing okay this week. We had one rainbow, a couple lakers, lost a really big one. Oh, it looks like we just had a hit. Louis just had a hit. All right. And right now the conditions on the lake are like perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but
trolling stinger spoons in like between 80 and 110 feet. We keep zigzagging in and out.
Yep, we got our lead core lines out. We're trolling at about 50 feet deep, and you know, just kind of poking around and waiting for bites. And we're also doing some vertical jigging too. So as we come upon big clouds of bait, we'll put the boat neutral or spot lock.
1 ounce jig head with a white paddle tail works pretty well.
Yeah, we had a couple good hookups on the jigs, but couldn't land any fish. They kept popping off. But jigging them is another good way to do it. So yeah, so we'll be back fishing on Long Island when we return, and back to you guys.
All right, here we are live from Jamaica Bay. We're going to change it up this week. We're actually at the Cross Bay Bridge, aka the North Channel Bridge, and we got a couple of our members with us. We got Fisher with Nico, he's fluking, and there's plenty of life right now. So you got fluke here, you got spot fish, you got porgies, you got blue claws. In fact, I think, oh, check that out. Looks like Lorenzo got a spot fish. What do we got there?
Atlantic croaker.
All right, Atlantic croaker. Oh, yeah, and it's got, it is a croaker. Look at that. Wow, just add another species. So you even got croakers here. So let's actually take a look at the bucket here. We got a bucket full of fish in life. And this is what you can expect on the Cross Bay Bridge in the summertime. Around now, there you have it. We got a bucket. We got some more spot fish. We got some excellent keeper blue claws there. So, you know, for those that want to come down with the family and friends, change up the gear, you know, switch it up from a boat, come down to the bridge. You know, it's this is the time. There's plenty of bait here, and you can expect to catch a variety of fish. We call it the mixed bag special. All right, Joe, back to you. Well, that's your report for the week, folks. A lot of good fishing going on. Some nice fluke around. That was probably the highlight of the week, along with those big cobia that are around. Who knows what's going to happen? As you can see, it's blowing about 20, 25 out of the east right now. It's probably going to pick up a little bit. Rain's coming down pretty good. So with a storm like this, a lot of different things can happen. Could bring fish in, could spark a bite, could shut the bite down for a week or so. Time will only tell. But one thing is for sure, we will be here next week to let you know what happens. See you then.
Okay.